So this is for the guys who make an excuse that they cannot take out a girl because girls expect so much on a first date or on a date, and they're gonna have to spend like $500 and all this crazy money and stuff, which you know is not true. Like, sure, there are those women that will expect those things, but the large majority of women do not. They just want to feel special and prioritize, and like you put thought into it. So here are some tips. If you're really on a budget and you still want to do something fun or sweet and you just want to take out a girl, here's an example. Museum. Yes, museums are great, especially if you go to a good one. If she's into that, like, you will be amazed at the things that you see, and it costs nothing. Maybe for parking, that's it, like under 20 bucks in LA, but outside of that, like, they're usually free or under 20 bucks. Hiking. I know I'm gonna get some shit for this because some people will think it's low effort, but hiking, if she's an active person, if you find like a really good hike, like a beach view, in Cali, you guys have no excuse. There are so many really good hikes. You could see like a whole view of the city, the beach, just like beautiful nature, and that costs nothing. Beaches. Okay, who doesn't love a nice beach day? Long walks, you might grab a couple tacos if she's hungry, but it won't be that expensive overall. And it's free, except maybe for parking, but you know how it is. Take her to a live show, like a taping or a talk show. Those are usually free. You just have to look it up in the area. Request tickets. Once you get approved, it'll tell you, like, you can do like Jimmy Kimmel or a live sitcom taping. And especially if she's into the arts and entertainment, those are awesome to experience. If you've never experienced one, I suggest everyone try it, because I've worked in one before, but I've also watched one, and it's great, and it costs zero. Take her to like a pop-up event. It could be something very subtle, nothing too crazy, but the vibe and energy might be amazing and different and unique, and she's gonna feel special simply because maybe it caters to her taste and things, or maybe it's just something different from the usual, like, oh, let me go take you out to dinner, and she might love it. She might not, but she might love it if it's the right event, and usually events are cheap. The only thing is you might end up buying a couple things if you're interested, but you don't have to. But if she likes a couple items, it will still be relatively way cheaper than like a grand dinner date. If you want to go to like a nice rooftop view or everything that's beautiful, great ambiance, almost like fine dining with the view of the city, you can still do that on a budget. You can go eat somewhere where it's relatively a hole in the wall, but amazing food. Like, if the food is amazing, most women like food, they're not going to complain. And then you'd be like, I have something special after. And then you can take her to a rooftop view after, and then you'll just get like a couple drinks, and it'll save you so much money rather than just eating the entire meal at the rooftop. So you can go there first and then you go to the rooftop, and if the food is bomb, like, no one's going to complain. Unless she's like really like, oh, I need the $500 meal, whatever, you know. If that's the type of girl that you want, then you gotta up your finances anyway. But I'm just speaking for the relative majority of the population, that you don't need to do all that extra stuff to like impress someone or show that you're putting thought into it. Oh, and if you are at that level where you're comfortable going to each other's places already, you can do a sip and paint night at your home. So it doesn't have to be like those like $70 a person plus at these events and things. You could just like buy the materials, take some time and effort, yes, but set it up at your place, get some t-shirts and just like paint it out. Like, it'll be so romantic. Get a glass of wine, and trust me, it'll still be way cheaper than an actual sip and paint event or even like a grand dinner. And if you're at a place where you're seeing each other consistently already, she's made you a priority and vice versa, then you can just like give her a little card, something that says something sweet, like simple and sweet, like a nice note that you feel greatly about her, like you think she's special because X, Y, and Z. The right woman who actually likes you will love that. It's not cheesy like a lot of you guys think, oh, it's cheesy. It's only cheesy if she doesn't like you, and that'll be the quickest way to tell, I promise you. So, because these days, like, men don't really write love letters anymore, so if you even like write a little note, or even like a post-it note, you don't even have to get a card, like a little post-it note or something that says like, oh, you're so sweet, or whatever you want to say that will just light up her day. I promise you it will make you stand out so much, because people aren't doing that these days. $0. So you guys, stop making excuses. My advice is there's so many other ways, but those are just a couple tips and a couple event ideas that can help. What y'all think?